Morning everyone. One of the aims of my channel is the joy of humour, allowing us to laugh at ourselves. Well, today you get to laugh at me. Welcome from a beautiful, balmy, sunny Scotland. Little bit of backstory. So, as you all know by now, I'm a veterinarian. It's great. One of the things we have to do is continuous professional development, which means going on courses, doing bits and pieces, and a lot of the time our employers will actually advertise or offer these for us. They have buses in Scotland who offer these for us. So this particular one is in the neck of the woods called Dunfermline. Now, when I go on these courses, I prefer to stay close and walk to wherever I need to go. Take public transport. It's a chance to get away from driving. So anyway, this backfired. Found myself a lovely guest house, came down by train, found myself a lovely guest house within a mile or so of the venue of the course, which is great. Figured, lovely, I'll walk there. So Google Maps or Apple Maps, whichever maps, gives me a route. Looks beautiful. I'll show it to you. Hang on, let's see if I can get this camera to work. Give me a second. So, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the route it gives me. Looks great, right? So off I set yesterday in the piddling rain, but hey, listen, I tell you what, I'm prepared. I'm okay. I brought an umbrella, I brought a raincoat, the whole trip. Have everything. What I didn't figure on was that that route takes us through a patch of beautiful ancient oak, woodland, whatever you want to call it. So my first warning should have been that this course is in Scotland, known as a destination with its wonderful clement sunny weather. Not. Which is great. So the whole idea behind walking everywhere is so that despite the fact that it's a whistle stop for a course, I get to see part of the environment. Well, anyway, this path that Apple Maps gives me is through this magnificent, beautiful old woodland in Scotland, and it really is gorgeous. I mean, let me pan this a little bit so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It is stunning. Have a look at this. It's really, really gorgeous. So, yeah, this looks fantastic. Idyllic. Beautiful place for a walk. Now, imagine this in a type of deluge that would have started up the floods that inspired Noah's Ark. That's what I woke up to yesterday on the day of my course. Don't mind me. Hey, I'm prepared. I'm great. I've brought a raincoat. I've brought everything I need. I've got an umbrella. I'm golden. Yeah, great. Puts me on this. So a couple of problems with that. So this portion here is fantastic. It's lovely, it's wide. A bit later on in this lovely walk, not so much. It becomes narrow, it becomes overgrown, it becomes covered in grass. Very wet grass. Very wet grass equals very wet trousers. Very wet shoes. Very wet socks. Imagine this lovely idyllic path in the absolute tipping rain. You get to the first little obstacle. There's a river. You cross it twice, by the way. And both times that you cross it on that. That's a scaffolding plank. I'm 62. It's tipping with rain, so hard that I can barely see where I'm going, but I'm walking over a river on this. I mean, appreciate the river for starters. It's absolutely beautiful. It's idyllic. Also visualize it, tipping with rain. I'm on my way to a course. I'm stressed as anything, and I've got to cross two of these. Okay, so never mind. We can do this. And anyway, do this we do. So this is fine. So we get over the interesting river crossings. And we head on into the next portion of the woodland, where I must hasten to add, the path isn't nearly as well kept. Obviously not many people cross those bridges. So we end up with this. Great. Now, again, today it looks great. Not really that much of a problem, not that difficult to do. Imagine this in a deluge. The grass is absolutely soaking wet. The plants are absolutely soaking wet. There is nothing but mud underneath. Let's suffice to say I arrived there with the bottom half of my body absolutely drenched. I get to the venue, dripping in their foyer. The lady on reception, she's lovely, but she's a proper Scottish lady, and to be honest, I cannot understand the words she's saying. It's like I smile sweetly and hope I'm saying the right things. Anyway, cut a long story short, she takes me through to the area where we've got to sort of wait for the course to start. And the one thing I pick up, thank heavens, is using her with the sign language. She points to the door, and I pick up the word coffee. Well, that's all I needed to hear. I'm a total coffee pot, so I head for that, which is great. Before I get there, of course, I need to wring myself out. So I head into the bathroom, remove shoes and socks, pour the water out of my shoes, wring my socks out, and get ready for a day of sitting in the course with 11 other very pulled together vets, all of whom arrived there in cars or taxis, dripping on the floor. Yeah, I think they should have walked along behind me with some of those cones that say caution wet floor or whatever, because I was a health hazard all day. I'm not going to bore you with the details of the course. It was pretty good, so this is great. So by the time comes to come home, well, it's kind of stopped raining, which I think, oh great, look at this. I'm not going to get caught again. I'm not going through that same route. I'll find an alternative. Yeah, so there is an alternative. Very nice alternative. Also through part of the woodland. Wider path. What it doesn't say is at the end of it, you need to climb Mount Everest. Fortunately, some public-minded Scot sometime in the past had tied a rope around the tree at the top with knots at regular intervals so you could pull yourself up. If I was wet getting to the course, I was the mud monkey when I got back. I tried to wash my trousers last night. However, I'm now going home today on the train with mud-spattered trousers. The joys of life. Anyway, I thought you might have a bit of a giggle at that. So enjoy your day. I'm going to try and enjoy mine. Till the next time. Cheers.